out the gate, boy. What would we do? What would we do?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We are so here for you every Monday. Remember that. Also remember we are now a podcast. So we have a video component, but we also are a podcast every Monday. So this week we wanted to catch you up on our trip that we had to Toronto, Canada for Pride at the end of June.
We both flew the same airline.
Porter Airlines is so cute.
Girl.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little nervous about the propellers. It's like a smaller plane and the propellers outside. I looked out the window, I was like, wait a minute, is that a propeller? Don't let me go down like Richie Valens, girl. Ooh. Okay, may she rest. Like, ooh. Wait, and on the flight though, free wine and spirits, girl? Free spirits though? You're gonna give me vodka on this thing for free? Couldn't believe it. And they filled that thing up. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, she imbibed.
I was like, I'm here for you.
Free shuttle to get to downtown. Girl, I walked outside the airport, shuttle's right there.
Right there, ready.
A cute little ride along the water to get to the drop-off point. I get dropped off, I'm like, okay, city of Toronto, hello. Cute. Beautiful, stunning.
Rainbow flags everywhere. You probably missed my Instagram story, but I might save it for you on Instagram at some point. I was like, rainbow flags everywhere. It was beautiful.
I met a friend of mine who used to live in Boston, but moved back to Toronto, is from Canada, and he was like, let's get a coffee. I was like, all right, I got 20 hours to kill, because I got there so early. He just was constantly showing me and telling me about things, and I found that over time, over the long weekend that we were there, that people really did want you to make sure you were having a good time in Toronto, that you had a good experience. It's like there's a pride in their city. I think there's certainly a pride in themselves and the kindness that they show, but also just like make sure that you had a good time so that when you're going back to tell people that you can tell them a positive outlook on Toronto.
Right. And even talking to the people at the grocery store, like I was like just getting my groceries, New Yorker, get my groceries, like bye, don't talk to me. But then all of a sudden I was like engaging with these people, with like the cashier, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, just getting some drinks for the weekend. What are you here for? Oh, I'm just here for Pride. Oh my God, I love Pride. I was like, you have cracked my shell, because I'm like have my blinders on, don't talk to me, don't ask me for money, don't, because that's the New York kind of,
same in Boston, yeah.
But like they cracked me open
and didn't even have smudge. So our first night there, Kevin had a brilliant idea that went splendidly.
Oh God, it was so good.
For those of you that don't know, there's this comedy club called Second City, and its original one is in Chicago. I believe there's one in LA, and there's one in Toronto. So funny, hilarious. It was awesome to see like improv, but also some sketch, obviously. The only downside that I hadn't realized in the moment was that in Canada, they only pour alcohol, it's measured.
Yeah.
So it's 2 ounces or 3 ounces. I was spending like, I don't know, $50, $60 trying to get a buzz on.
Girlfriend, the waitress kept coming around. We had a couple drinks, I think maybe one before the show started. And every time she came around, Brandon was like, I'll have another. I'll have another. And Brandon was like, I am not, what's happening? Is this water?
Yeah, but so we learned pregame. And then we went our first trip to Church Street area.
Yeah, the gay village. So I didn't anticipate this. In Toronto, they shut down the entire Church Street, which is like the main gay area. So it's just like a big block party all weekend. First testament of me being like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing.
I know.
Because we could just hang out walking around the streets, and I was so amazed that like it was not just gay people. It was like families, it was straight couples. It was just a big festival for everyone that was celebrating the diversity of who you are.
But true to Toronto form and kindness, we met people literally that night. Like I'm already friends with, her name's Melanie. On Instagram, we were just talking, and again, she was like, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? You should do this, you should do that. It was just like a plethora of information and just her kindness. It was like people didn't want you to have a bad time. Yeah. They wanted you to experience it. They want you to know how they can help you experience it.
The parade was this is my first big parade I went to, which was so cool.
So much fun.
It rained on our parade, but like it did not stop.
It did not stop. And they had like a lot of water guns.
Oh, the water guns were getting me though. I was like, could you stop with the water? Did you really stop with
They
the water?
loved that.
One of the best parts for me was there were parents from P-Flag walking, right?
Oh.
And these signs that said, I love my trans son, and you know, my daughter is gay and I don't care. This celebration, Pride, is
True.
just about love. And it's, you know, sometimes it does push to a little bit more of a celebration, a little bit more of a party, and I think that that's right. I think that that feels right. But at base, it's just about love. It's about saying, let's convene together, march together, and say we're here and we're enough, and that's significant, you know?
So significant. That's what struck me the most too. It
Yeah.
was like the pride that these people had.
Yes.
I mean, transformative. And I think
Absolutely.
ways in which I think to kind of bring back here, you know, bring that same kind of joy. It's hard when you come back to the States and it's not quite that way, but I'm gonna try to like be better and like have that same compassion and joie de vivre about here, our place that we can share.
And I think to take time for yourself here, right? That was a moment I stepped away from my life here,
Right.
and I was able to look around, and I was able to take things in, and I was open in a different way. I think that's the lesson I've taken away from our experience there. But honestly, though, again, to pitch Toronto, we had an amazing time. That's going to be a
Go.
biannual trip.
Oh, honey, I already want to go back. I mean, I was meeting people on Scruff and Grindr that were like, how's your trip? You should go here. What are you doing today? So go to Toronto. Go to a Toronto Pride.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Sincerely, we appreciate all three of you that are listening to this podcast.
But you know what? Tell a friend. Make sure you keep coming back and subscribing if you so choose.
If you have anything that you want to add,
Yes.
or anything you want us to talk about, or you know, if you were trying to read a bitch,
Yes.
read a bitch at agendabegay@gmail.com.
And if you want to reach us directly, you can find us on Instagram. I'm at chic_chanteur.
And I am at thedelon.com. Until next week, this has been Whose Agenda?
Your agenda,
My agenda. Our gay agenda.
What would we do without the gay boy? What would we do? What would we do?